Guys, we watched Moon Knight.
Yeah.
This was interesting, to say the least.
It was something.
That's a good word.
I feel like it broke the Marvel formula while
Yes.
also sticking to it.
I would 100% agree with that.
Because, realistically, I watched this whole show. I don't think you can really talk about the plot of the show.
Not really, no. I mean, it's not...
It was probably the most dumbed down plot possible.
Yeah, I would 100% agree.
Yeah.
As far as mainline plot goes. It was, there's a big bad, and you must stop him from resurrecting the bigger bad.
Yes. I feel like... I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I feel like they could have done a movie with this one. But...
Yes and no.
I definitely think it could have happened.
Yes and no.
I don't know.
Because...
I'm not complaining at all. But
I loved this series for the first episodes.
Dude, yes.
I was like, this is awesome.
Yep.
He's got this weird mental thing going on. He fucking blacks out. Double personality. I knew Moon Knight has a split personality thing. It was great.
And Moon Knight himself, like the character, the superhero, is fucking awesome, dude.
Dude,
like,
sweet.
Awesome.
Like, I love the Mark and Steven back and forth thing.
Yeah, super cool.
It was fantastic.
And then episode 3 hits.
Yes.
And then they go straight Marvel movie.
Yep.
And I tuned out. I tuned out as soon as that happened. Because all it was them running around doing action things. And I was like, I actually don't know what's going on here. And I don't know if it's because I don't care. Like, I knew what was going on, but I didn't know what was going on, right?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, I knew that the dude, Harold, or whatever his name was, he was trying to get the Ahmet, and then all that happened. But everything that was happening there was pretty whack. I was like, why'd you guys go away from this mental thing? I like that, you know?
Yeah. No, and that's what I remember after I watched the first episode, I was telling Enrique, I was like, dude, like, this might be the third week in a row we have something good to talk about, because this is great. Like,
I know.
It reminds me of, like, Daredevil, Punisher, like, type choreography with the action, you know, that superhero was super cool. I like the mental stuff. And then, it just started getting worse, and I was like, damn, this is, I shouldn't have hyped it up this much for myself, because then I got disappointed. I forgot it was a Marvel show for a second.
Yeah.
Especially the end of episode 2, where they hinted at the third personality being a thing.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Like, they were like, I didn't do that. No, but I didn't do it either. And so there was like, okay, there's more in there. Like, there's something else going on, which, you know.
Dudes inside of dudes inside of dudes.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah.
But with the whole Khonshu plot, I like mythologies. Like, I like Greek mythology, Roman mythology, Egypt mythology.
Yep.
I don't feel like they flesh it out for me to give a shit.
They didn't explain much of the mythology part.
I liked Khonshu. I thought he was cool. His design was super cool. I thought he looked cool.
Yeah,
I
he
thought
was on Demon Time.
The CGI was cool. I thought his character was okay. I personally am not a huge fan of. I'm okay with mythology. Never been a huge Egypt guy. I don't know why. I've seen plenty of movies, you know, that are in the sand and they're trying to dig something up, and archaeologists and they're Egyptian gods and blah blah blah. I've never really been entertained by that. So I think maybe I tuned off because of that. But no, the character. I mean, Khonshu was super cool. Honestly, most of the gods and goddesses were super cool. So
I didn't know
I don't know.
Well, you know what? There's one that I wasn't really sure about, but we'll get to that.
Yes, you told me when we were watching the show, you were like, have you seen episode 4 yet? And I was like, no, why? I was like, I'm halfway through, why? And he's like, oh, you know, it's just episode 4 is interesting. And then I found out later. But episode 3, I feel like that was like the one that was like, I don't give a shit now. Like,
nah, I 100% agree.
Especially when they did the bit where Steven took over mid-Mark fight. And just for Steven to get stabbed for like a comedy bit, I was like, that's stupid. Like, I didn't like that at all. And
I do think the acting was phenomenal by
Oscar Isaac's a beast.
Oscar Isaac
that
killed.
was fantastic. Oh yeah, no, 100%. I know Oscar Isaac's a beast, but dude, this really brought him to another level, man. Like, he was very convincing playing basically 3 different people.
He produced this show too.
Yeah,
Did he really?
I really, if you look at the credits at the end, it says executive producer Oscar Isaac. I think, and I mean, I can only infer, but Oscar Isaac, from what I've seen of him outside of Star Wars, he's in like an actor's actor, right?
Yeah.
And if anything, I feel like he was the one who was pushing more for the episode 1 and 2 stuff.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that happened later. But like, I feel like the episode 3, 4, and the finale stuff was a lot of like Marvel, like, no, you're going to get the action shit in here, like one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, the action stuff is okay sometimes, but just based off the first couple episodes, I thought we were going to get, Daredevil, Punisher type action just based on the character and just based on the plot. I was like, this reminds me more of that kind of content. And we did not get anything close to that, which, again, it's hard to get to that. That's about as top line as you're ever going to get in a Marvel series. But it gave me that excitement. So,
did you guys like Ethan Hawke as an actor? I don't mean villain in this, because
I didn't think he was bad until the whole therapist thing started.
You didn't like him as a therapist, or you thought the therapist made the villain look even worse?
I think the therapist stuff was not good.
Yeah,
if I'm going to be honest.
Well, yeah, I didn't like that bit.
Him as the regular villain with the whole scale thing on his arm, outweighing people's good and bad. I thought that was okay. Like, I was pretty okay with that until, again, episode 3 happened, and then it just kind of derailed. But the whole idea of it in that first episode, I was cool with.
Yeah, I had the opposite reaction.
It. Really?
I fucking hated his villain portrayal. His villain portrayal was so vanilla. Like, that fair. Dude had no leg to stand on of his own. His only personality was that I'm a Mets vessel and I will bring them here one way or another. At least when he went therapist, Ethan Hawke was being like this weird condescending asshole. Like, come on, Mark, just work with me, Mark, blah, 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 or Steven. And I liked that. And it reminded me, I was like, okay, he doesn't suck as an actor. It's just they wrote him like dog shit in this whole thing.
Yeah, I could see it. I get what you're saying. I don't know. Maybe it was because I knew that whole therapist session thing was in his head and that it didn't really exist, so therefore I didn't pay much mind to it because I was like, oh, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme.
Yeah, it was very confusing what was going on there, to be honest.
So really? Hippo.
Yeah, well, I knew it was in his head and it wasn't like real, but it was just I didn't really fully get what they were trying to do with it,
But that's what they were trying to do. You're not. That's what I liked about it. You're throwing you fucking confusion because Mark and Steven are confused. Like, they don't know what's going on. And that's what they started winning me back was episode 5. Like, I actually think episode 5 is probably my favorite single episode in the whole series.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Because, I love that shit. I love the mental games. I love the mind games.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Him running around his head and Mark running around and Steven running around and him trying to stop Steven from seeing certain shit. And, that was great. Sweet shit. And I think his backstory was really good, too.
Oh, absolutely.
I think the backstory was good, and I think the conflict between the two were super good. It's just, I don't like how they executed a lot of stuff in this show. But
what specifically did you have an issue with?
Again, the whole, Marvel, just very, very small plot. Very simple, very vanilla, very, there's a bad, we have to face it, like you said earlier. I kind of wished for more, I don't know, more inside the head conflict on the outside world, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Inside the head, that's super cool. They did that, whatever, but they were already dead at that point. So therefore, I didn't really care too much. It wasn't like a scenario where it was like a battle between who could win out the other. It was more of like a work together thing, which is fine because they were trying to get back to their body and be alive. But I don't know. It was the same thing we were kind of talking about when we do Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Is I wished for more of that mental battle of who's going to overpower each other, to win over that main body. Because that's that shit I really liked in this show is the whole oh, I'm doing one thing, boom, the music hits, my eyes are blinking, boom, I'm doing something completely different because I don't remember the last 2 minutes. Saying that, I do think they used it as a scapegoat for some things. Because they skipped complete action scenes at points that were actually kind of cool and I actually wanted to see just, because they didn't want to pay the money to do it. They're like, oh, you're going to gear up for this action scene. Oh, I switched places. You didn't get to see anything.
His stunt double didn't show up that day.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a win-lose situation, I did want to see more of that, but at the same time, I think they used it to kind of play to their will a little bit. But that's just my opinion.
Not to mention that they used just the whole conflict between the two of them to hint at, even though they were masking it very purposefully, they were hinting at that third person the whole time.
Oh, for sure. Jake.
they kind of hit you over the head with that third person. Like,
yes.
It was very much, you did not need hints for it. Like, they absolutely ran up on you and smashed you in the head on that scene with the kids where he's like, what'd you do? I didn't do that. Like, I was like, come on, there's a third one now, bro. Like, that's a guarantee.
Yeah.
And I kind of assumed that there was more just because, like, you're fucking nuts, bud.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you guys also, like, just realize that Mark was the OG way before they said it?
Yeah.
Yes, because I don't remember what was said before they actually, like, dude, there was something, I didn't write it down, but there was something, I want to say in episode 2 or 3, that confirmed, for me at least, that he was the original. I don't remember, it had something to do with Layla, but I don't remember what it was that he said.
For me, I realized it right away when Mark said, calm down, Steven, and he knew who Steven was, but Steve didn't know who Mark was. I was like, okay, so that means Mark manifested this identity.
Oh,
at least in my head,
that's
like
fair.
that's just how I put it together.
I could see that for sure, yeah.
Because if you were the OG, you would realize when you manifest something like that, and Steven would have known that Mark was around.
See, that's a good point, actually, yeah, because Mark knew about Steven the entire time, but Steven didn't know about Mark. Yeah. No, that's facts.
So, like, when they did the big reveal that Mark created Steven, I was like, I've been known.
Yeah. I didn't take it that way, but there was something that he said. Again, dude, I don't remember, but there's something that was said to Layla that I was like, oh shit, he was there way before Steven was. I don't remember, man.
I don't know. It felt, I mean, I never really doubted that Mark was the first one.
I did, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, and that's totally fair.
The first couple first episode and a half, 2 episodes, I definitely doubted, but
I like the way they tackled family dynamics by showing that, like, your parents sometimes can hurt you the most with how his mother did him. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's facts.
I actually very much loved the scene with him and his dad when he was leaving.
Doing all the flashbacks. Yeah.
And he goes, you're supposed to fix her. Like, you're supposed to do this. But she's still going after me like this, and you're not doing anything about it. So you're just as bad. And he's like, I don't want to lose 2 sons. And it's like, well, it's too late. Like, you know what's been going on for a long time, and you know nothing's been changed about it. So I got to go do my own thing. And he left, and that was dope for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought that was super cool.
That's why I like the mental stuff, because I feel like they tackled some decent shit with that. Like 1, 2, and 5, good.
Yeah, 100%.
3, 4, 6, Marvel.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm getting kind of burnt out. These TV shows.
No, I know.
At least with the movies, right? I would pick and choose which movies I would see. Like, okay, I'm skipping the Ant-Man. I'm skipping this because I gotta pay for theater tickets. With these being on Disney Plus, you get it for free, so there's no reason not to watch it.
Kinda.
Well, I'm sorry, not for free. I pay for Disney Plus for good shit, and then we get these, and then I watch these too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna watch this either way because dude, again, the whole
Oscar
idea. 1, Oscar Isaac. 2, I had no idea what this was gonna be about.
I didn't either.
And Moon Knight himself is fucking awesome, dude.
I did know what Moon Knight was beforehand.
Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly,
I
I
don't
didn't
read
either.
comics. I don't keep up with anything, dude. I didn't know who Moon Knight was before the trailer, if I'm going to be completely honest.
If you think we're going to read the comics, we'll say it for the 1,000th time. We're not reading the comics.
Maybe
The
you're
books, the movies, the TV series, the fucking action figure, the back of the action figure that gives you the lore. We're not reading it.
Again, man, I will either watch or watch some synopsis on why, or like how this impacts the overall universe. I don't know how they're going to tie this in, if I'm going to be honest.
I don't either.
I think I do, but I don't think anyone's going to like it.
What you got, buddy? Is he going with the Eternals?
I think if they're coming with X-Men soon, Steven's going to be a big play in that, because
I could
he's a
honestly
mental
see
master.
that. Yep,
right?
No, you're right.
Like, I think if they bring out X-Men, because that's where they don't have anyone currently right now in the Marvel lineup to match Professor X. Right? Like, there's no one who does the mental shit like he does.
Well, you think
Closest you
Steven
have-
can? You think Moon Knight can?
Yes, because he's going to go into his shit, and he's going to have to deal with 4 fucking people.
Yeah, that's facts, actually.
He's going to go in there.
Possibly
and
more.
Mark's going to come out, and Steven's going to come out, and then Fucking
Gang
Larry's
war.
gonna come out, and then Jeff is gonna come out and nowhere. He's gonna go, my name Jeff. Like Professor X is gonna be, I'm leaving. Fuck this. Like it's gonna be sweet.
I think it could either be X-Men or, like Tristan said, it could be Eternals related. Because I'm thinking of stuff, and it might just be stupid that I'm thinking this way, but I'm thinking of stuff that was kind of related to like the whole Egypt scene and like that.
The gods.
And the gods. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So X-Men. I don't remember which one. Apocalypse, was that one with the little Egyptian dude, like with the little Sandman? I don't remember, dude.
I ain't see that one.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen any of the new ones.
It was like the first of like the new ones.
It's not Days of Future Past?
No, it was after that.
Okay,
it was like I said, it was but that one I think was based anyway somewhere sandy. So that's kind of where my brain correlates it to, or Eternals, because that was just dog shit anyway. And I'm like, well,
I think they're scrapping Eternals dead ass. Like I don't know
God,
how you
I
tie that
so.
in. They're a little too strong.
Yeah, exactly,
literally.
man. But that's the thing that I pray to God, I pray to the Eternals that the only reason they did that was to introduce Jon Snow and Blade.
Jon Snow,
bro. They just need to get on with Blade already. Like fuck the Eternals.
Dude.
Just have Blade kill the Eternals.
Picture this, man. This is my goal for Marvel that they will never ever achieve. There's a big fight, right? And you got the new Avengers, right? But they're called something else. I haven't really got the name yet.
In the comics, they call them the new
Revengers.
Avengers.
Right? No. I'm not talking about the Hawkeye. I'm not talking about all that. I'm talking about Punisher comes out. I'm talking about Daredevil comes out. I'm talking about Blade comes out. I'm talking about Moon Knight comes out. All at the same time, bro. And they just hood stomp the shit out of somebody, bro. Because that would be the coolest fight I think I've ever seen, bro. Because those are probably my 4 favorite like action-based superheroes.
There has been Daredevil crossovers with Spider-Man and Moon Knight, I believe.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
so
and
those
Moon Knight,
three have connection. I think the only one who doesn't really connect with anyone is Blade. But
I know
you cannot do Blade. And you cannot have him not show up for big moments. Like,
yes, dude,
you paid Mahershala Ali this money.
Yeah.
You paid him big bucks. You got a big actor for Blade. They have to have something lined up for him.
Dude, I'm disappointed too because the people did not like the first Blades, which I don't understand.
No, that's bullshit. They like 1 and 2.
That's not true, man. I went back
who
and
said
I was
this?
I know. I was looking at reviews and
What
stuff.
color
I don't
were
know
they?
if it's the new Yeah, that's facts, dude. They were they were on the white spectrum. No, I don't know. But there were some just not good reviews of Blade. I love Blade, man. That is again probably one of my favorite superhero if you want to consider him that.
Blade
but, dude,
1 and 2 are legendary.
But I don't know how they connect Blade. Like they have to connect Blade. And then I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I don't know that Punisher's ever going to come back unless they agree to do a rated R Punisher, which they're not going to do.
I have heard that he has agreed to come back,
but
it's going to be
they said
PG-13.
they're doing more Daredevil, but you can't do Daredevil unless it's R rated.
Yeah, no, I would agree, dude. And
so,
that
like,
would be
they
fantastic.
kind of strayed that way in this series.
I agree.
And that's killing people, like straight
that's
up.
That's the cool
people.
thing too. Disney is actually like going over towards that wave. I don't know if to watch this you would have had to, but logging in recently there was a new option. It was like, hey, like, do you want to be able to? Yeah, exactly. Do you want to be able to see everything or just kind of the appropriate kids stuff? I'm like, okay, if we're going over to this direction where we're gonna start making adult content, then I would love it, dude.
If we
I would
get
love
a new season of Jessica Jones, and you
you
don't do the classic sex scene that she has in every single season, is it really a new season of Jessica Jones? Because season 1 was with fucking Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Season 2 was in that bathroom. I forgot the one in season 3. Like, it's not even really Jessica Jones if you don't do a sex scene in the season.
Dude, Luke Cage is really only good for that, and that's about it.
All right, you're gonna have to get canceled. You gotta chill out. Did you watch the series?
Luke Cage?
Yeah,
I tried.
I watched both
seasons.
seasons.
I haven't watched any of those other ones yet.
I watched everything but Iron Fist or whatever that was.
Oh, I watched Iron Fist as well.
That shit was trash.
And the Defenders. Let me tell you something.
I didn't watch the Defenders either.
Defenders is great. Iron Fist, not great. Luke Cage, dog shit.
Yeah.
Like, I actually liked Luke Cage worse than Defenders. I mean, worse
Jessica
than Iron
Jones, bro.
Fist.
Jessica Jones, Punisher, and Daredevil were fantastic.
Goated.
Jessica Jones slept on hard, bro.
Absolutely.
Like, nobody talks about it.
This is why I always said they should have just said fuck the comic books and did fucking Daredevil and Jessica Jones pairing. Like,
I
fuck
agree,
it.
man.
I would pay billions of dollars to get that ship realized in the TV series. But
I'm just glad, like,
interesting.
I don't know. I'm just glad we have good, like, I don't want to sound, weird about this, but I'm just glad we have good female, like, characters.
Finally,
like,
right?
In the Marvel universe. Because we were stuck with Black Widow for so long, and now we have Wanda. Now we have Jessica Jones. I mean, we've
White
had
Widow?
Jessica Jones for a little bit. Yeah.
Kate?
We have Kate. Yeah, exactly, dude. We have some good characters.
Like, no, I agree with you. I think it's going to be weird coming from the Binge Boys, but it's actually very interesting to see Marvel develop female characters finally.
Yeah, it's nice,
Yes.
dude. It's a good thing. We can
No,
throw away.
I never liked Black Widow, and I don't
didn't
think really
either.
anyone really did.
Nobody
Okay, I
likes
liked her
Captain
at
Marvel.
first, but that's because I was like 10 and she was hot.
Because
Okay.
she doesn't have a character. Like, they never built upon her, and they gave her
Yeah.
a little bit in the Black Widow movie, only for her to already be dead. So it was like, what's the point?
Exactly, dude. Yeah, nobody was a big Black Widow fan. Nobody really likes Captain Marvel at all.
That's
From
because
what
they
I
made
know,
her
at least,
suck,
bro.
dude.
We're going to get fucked up this week. Like,
That's whatever, man.
we are stepping on too many
Dude,
toes.
Hey, man, I just said I really enjoy.
I haven't seen
the stuff
Captain
they're doing.
Marvel movies. So I don't know. But I do know she's a little bit overpowered, but that's it.
I mean, dude, I'll say the same thing. I just think it's vanilla, man. I don't like Captain America. I mean, it's the same
it's-
reason. It's not
Now you're
because of.
spin, and we're really going to get people on us.
Hey, dude, I will say it once. I'll say it again. I don't like Captain America.
You know
go,
what?
Iron
Hey,
Man.
look, I realize it's different, but he's still better than Superman, at least.
That's facts. That is facts.
Black Superman with the
You're
black suit kind of go hard. Black suit Superman's better than anything Captain America's ever done.
The good thing about Superman is he fights cooler villains.
Captain
That's
America's
true.
best moment was when he took Thor's gimmick.
That's exactly what I was going to
Literally,
say,
yeah.
actually. Yeah, when he was worthy. That was cool. I
So
fuck
he
with it.
couldn't even stand on his own. He had to steal Thor's shit
Bro.
to get over.
He had to steal Thor's shit, and then he needed help fighting fucking Tony, bro.
He had to jump
Civil
Tony,
War,
bro.
They
He had to
jumped
jump.
Tony
They were
hard.
jumping, bro.
Yeah. Dude,
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Him and Bucky's bitch ass were jumping. That's before Bucky got the hood pass, though. So Bucky know the street code now. He know better than that.
Bucky lived in Wakanda for a little bit too long, so
He know better. No, that was pre Wakanda. Now he know better. Now the
Oh,
Wakanda's
yeah.
taught him that like if you jump, that means they can kill you later. Like they come back with the gun. He's like, oh,
he
shit,
watching his
really?
back at the barbecue now.
That's why he dapped up fucking Black Hawk, Black Falcon. Oh shit! Well,
Black Hawk.
I don't know what happened, bro.
I don't know why we got here.
The last episode was kind of boring. I didn't like
It was.
Yep.
Shout out to Layla though. She's the Marvel Wonder Woman.
She cool. I
Yeah,
liked,
yeah.
you know what? And because sometimes they'll get into a situation like this and it feels very forced. Like, oh, we're just going to turn her into a superhero, because she's the female
Yeah.
lead.
But
This
they were
one,
building up to that for a while.
they were. And so it felt less forced here. And like she was, granted, some of it was just, circumstance, but it felt like she was actually ready to be, in that role
The Avatar.
with how they led up with all the stuff with her father and everything else. And so this didn't feel as forced. My only problem was I don't know if she just knew how to fight beforehand or suddenly she's the avatar for the hippo and that made her be able to fight.
I think it did because Steven started fighting like he knew how to fight.
Yeah.
So I think you get a little bit of juice when you get the powers.
It's got to be.
They win.
Surprise.
That's really all
Shocking.
that's worth talking about from that final sequence, to be honest. It was like there literally was a Godzilla fight going on in the background.
Yeah.
And like I thought it was okay. That was about it. And
Yeah.
They win. So
Again, I think the CGI was cool, but that's all I'm gonna say.
the CGI was off for me. Like when Moon Knight was in the
Really?
suit, it looked a little weird. I don't know why they couldn't make the suit practical. Or if it is practical, they did something to it because it looks off. Like I don't know.
I don't know. I thought it looked cool, to be honest.
I don't like how they did the gimmick with Steven changing the suit up like that, to
I like
be honest.
Steven-
Didn't
suit's
like
better.
that.
I don't.
Really?
I think
I
it
like
looks
it because
stupid.
it's so different. I like
It
it.
looks
I
stupid.
I like Mark's suit a lot.
Mark's
Mark's
suit was
just
way cooler.
Ezio though.
Yeah, but
I understand.
Ezio's
but
cool.
It was super cool. Yeah.
True, but I like
Badass.
the fucked up, cracked face thing that Steven had going on.
What do you think Jake's is gonna be?
So yeah, okay. So
He's gonna be
before
wearing
we
a
get to
diving
Jake,
suit.
Can we talk about how Khonshu was in the suit?
Oh
Yeah, that was
Like-
yeah,
confusing.
that was weird, dude. That looked
I thought
weird as hell.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I absolutely thought that was Kingpin. Like, I'm not gonna fucking lie. It was a big ass stretch fucking Bentley, dog.
Oh yeah.
And it was huge. I was
thought
like,
you meant
dude.
like when you saw him. No,
No.
Because I thought the same thing, and then I went, "We just saw Kingpin. There's no
And
way
I'm
that he's in
like,
this."
bro, they're gonna build Kingpin to be like the Thanos of the TV series. Like,
Dude, that'd be so cool.
like I was like, bro, this is gonna be sweet. They're gonna have to team up and jump his bitch ass. Like,
That'd be awesome.
but then they opens the door and there's Khonshu
In a suit.
in
the suit.
In
This
the
man
suit.
had no right to drip this hard. Who the fuck got Khonshu a stretch Bentley? And on top of that, who tailored his fit?
Bro,
This whole series, he's been in them raggedy ass Moon Knight clothes,
now he in the suit.
and now he got the suit with the
And the
mafia
Bentley.
gimmick and the Bentley.
And
And
Jake.
Bro, okay, so I thought we were only getting one bruv. So they already got Steven. He's a bruv. Like, he's like, hello, mate. How are you? You know, he was just doing all that shit. Then Jake shows up. He's got the bruv cap. You know what I'm talking
we
about?
got the Scott.
I think he's gonna be. I was gonna say. I think he's gonna be Scottish.
We got the Crowley.
He's got the news bruv hat, like the Newsies hat. And he's like,
the
hey,
peaky bruv.
governor, and he shoots him. Like, first off,
Hello,
cool.
boys.
Okay, cool. Jake's here. That's sweet and all. What the fuck? How did Mark not know about him?
That's what I'm wondering. Was
Because-
Jake the original?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But-
So here's my thought: is that Steven somehow created Jake.
But then Steven would know
And
about
Mark
Jake.
wouldn't have known. Yeah. Well,
Maybe
What
he
if
did it
Khonshu
subconsciously though.
made Jake?
I don't think. I don't
Yeah,
think he
because
did.
Khonshu was in his body,
yeah.
Yeah.
and that's why none of them would know about him because Khonshu made him.
I mean, that's probably true. That dude was.
And see, I was kind of thinking
You're setting
about
him
that
up.
when we had the couple scenes where it was like, oh, there's got to be a third person. I was like, is that just Khonshu controlling the body?
I thought that too, and I was like, it's got to be because Khonshu just murdered a motherfucker. But then they said no.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, all right, Khonshu made one while he was in there to be super duper killer because it doesn't. To me, Steven serves a purpose from Mark because Mark is like the hard boiled one, right? Like he's the one with the edge, and then Steven's his soft side so that he could be innocent.
Right.
And I was like, Mark wouldn't need Jake because Mark can already kill people.
Right. Exactly.
So why would he make Jake? You know what I mean? So that
Because
means
he needs somebody that can follow orders.
that's why I think it's Khonshu who made him.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Because that's why he rolls with Khonshu. But that's just my thoughts.
That would make a lot more sense.
Because Khonshu knew that Mark has the split personality gimmick, so he made his own one from separate. From
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And so now you got the you know, instead of dichotomy, you got the trichotomy. I think that's
At
what
least
I like
at
it.
least the trichotomy.
I like it more than the villain plot. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
cool,
me
more
too.
eternal conflict.
Absolutely.
Because what are Steven and Mark gonna team up and beat the shit out of Jake inside their head?
Dude,
like,
that'd be dope.
like, that would be awesome.
Jump him.
What color sweater will Jake have? He's gonna have the red one.
Dude, what are the Vegas odds, bro?
Vegas over under. Oh man, but yeah, I mean, it wrapped up cool, and I was like, cool. I need the backstory on this.
It was not bad. It was not a bad series.
No.
No.
We've had some bad ones, but it was disappointing to where I thought it was going to go in the first couple episodes.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be mainly mental battle and then a little bit of villain, but then they're like,
Yeah.
nah, we gotta have like a concrete villain kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I kind of knew Khonshu was being a dick, so I kind of thought he was the villain. But like, they went full villain at the end, obviously.
Right.
But you know, it is what it is.
It definitely is what it is.
You guys got ratings since we already gave out predictions of where we think Moon Knight's going.
I'll go first. I think it's pretty much on par with what IMDb and everything else says. I'm just going to give it a solid 7.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. This is gonna sound like a dickhead. I'm going 6.5.
It's not bad.
I'm kind of over the whole fucking bad guy beats good guy shit. Like, And there was like they lost, like literally when I say they lost me, like they lost me. I was out of it. I was tuning out the whole time during like 3 and 4. And I was just like, man, fuck this. So that's my issues.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a 7.
So about a 7 average.
So it's 7 average, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was entertaining. Oscar Isaac killed it, so I love that.
Yes.
Layla was a good female lead that just didn't feel forced. Like it felt part of it in the right way. So I appreciated that.
We're getting canceled.
In the right way.
Nope. Oh, just regular way. So, yeah, man. Moon Knight, it was cool. I liked it. I think there's potential. That's probably the biggest thing. Is that they've created a character with potential because he's so unique compared to everyone else. As of right now, at least.
Right.
But I am looking forward to more, at the least. So, I mean, it do be what it be. So, we're going to wrap up today. We want to thank you guys for hanging out with us and everything like that. We want to remind you guys that next week, we'll be watching Death on the Nile. Finally.
Sweet.
The Rock has come back. And we are leaving, so The Rock can have his spotlight.
The Rock.
We didn't want to take away his whole spotlight because we're so much better than him, but it is what it is. But we want to remind you guys that we also have a Twitter at BINGBOIS where we talk about nothing except for shitting on stuff, because isn't that what everyone does on Twitter? You go on there, you complain, you cry, and then you get off. So that's what we use ours for. We get on there, complain, we cry, we get off. And then we go to Instagram, where we have also one of those gimmicks, which is at DABINGBOIS. That's DA instead of the, because we are dumb asses. Where you can get off in a different kind of way on there.
Hell yeah.
And then we get to TikTok, which is the same as Instagram, at DABINGBOIS, where you better not be getting off, because that's a kid's platform.
Just about to say that.
Because that is for the children, my mans. And for the 20-year-olds who can't let go of their youth.
Yep.
So, we wrap it up. We want to remind you guys that my name was Enrique.
My name was Eli.
And my name is still Tristan.
And I want you to remember that there's actually only one person recording these episodes every week, and it's my split personalities.